Hey YouTube family, this is Francie with Finding Joy, and I'm just checking in tonight on somebody's behind me. Oh, there she is. That's Lacey. Yeah, they've been out there barking and barking. So I just got home from work and I already put my jammies on. I usually just wear a t-shirt, but I have this thing on and sweats, just getting comfy for the night. And I'm just going to show you what I'm making for dinner. I know sometimes I've showed you some recipes, but this is just something simple that I've figured out how to throw together, and it's really pretty good, and I can kind of change it up a little bit depending what I eat with it. So I'm going to show you that, and that's what I'm doing tonight. I am not going to get involved with watching the election. First of all, I don't have channels. I will wake up in the morning and probably see if they have made an announcement of who won, and that will be that. So I don't get into politics. So all right, let's see what I'm having for dinner tonight, so stay tuned. All right, so let's look at everything I have. I've got this pan, I've got this Dinty Moore beef stew. These are some vegetables that I had done the same thing with before last week, so they're save them in a mason jar. I'm going to use some of those, and then I'm hoping to add some corn. I've got a beef cube, and I'll show you what I'm going to use that for. And then I have these frozen biscuits. If you haven't had these, they're really good. I just take out how many I need, and so like for this I just need I do 2, so I just do 2 at a time and just kind of set them there, and they're ready to go. So I don't remember what I preheat the oven to. Let's see, 375. So I just push this button on my stove and start. So I'll get that started to get that going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the pan, and I'm going to add a cup of water, and that's why I'm having to add a beef cube, because I want to kind of make it so it's going to make 2 meals for me, and I really want some more of the gravy to go over my biscuits. So I'm going to put the can in there, some vegetables and some corn, and I'll show you what that looks like. But this will make enough for 2 meals for me. So I'll put all this together. Tonight I'm going to eat it over biscuits, and tomorrow I have rice that I made last week, so I can eat it over rice, and I've also eaten it over mashed potatoes. So alright, so I want to tell you what I did. I added a cup of water, and I actually added 2 beef cubes because I always kind of add extra. And what I did is once I added that, I took some of the broth out of here and I put it in a mason jar, and I added some flour, and I got a little wispy thing like this and whisked it up, and then so now it's thickening up, so it's looking really good. And so I just created a little bit more stew, a little bit more gravy, and now I'm going to add the vegetables in. The biscuits are in the oven, and they take about 15 minutes, so I will turn this down and let it simmer for 15 minutes, and I'll show you the end result. It's really good. Those biscuits are really good. They're so soft. Oh, they're wonderful. All right, so there is the stew with the vegetables added. So it's looking really good. I could probably add more vegetables, but I think it's all right. And like I said, this will make 2 meals at least. It looks a lot more than the last time, I think, because I added that broth, added more water to it. And I'll eat it over biscuits. And then, like I said, I have rice. So I don't know if tomorrow I'll do over rice. So, I don't want to burn myself out on this. And then these are the vegetables that I have left. So I could do this again with another can. And I don't remember how much a can of the stew is. Now, you could make your own stew, but I want something I can throw together quick when I get home from work. Within 20 minutes I'm going to be eating, and if I went out to eat, I would have to wait at least 20 minutes to get my food as well. So of course I have the mess to clean up. That's never fun, but it didn't create too much of a mess. I have this pan and that mason jar, And these cans, I don't throw those in the trash. I recycle them. And so they'll go in my recycling thing. But it's looking pretty good. So now I'm just going to sit down for a few minutes and wait for this to get done. And then I'll show you the end results when I plate it up. Alright, so here are the biscuits. And like I said, they're really good. They're so soft and nice. So I am going to get this plated up. And you could add whatever you want to in here. If you liked mushrooms, you could add some mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, so that's not something I would do. You could also add more meat if you wanted to. There's not much meat in here, but anyway. And I don't know about the calories and all that stuff. I just look at this as something it's easy to make, and it is something that I could buy in store. So I could get the beef stew, I could get the vegetables, and you could put a meal together. And if you had your own flour and stuff, you could make your own biscuits in case we get to a position that we're not going to be able to go to the grocery stores, or the grocery store is going to run out of stuff. Whatever's going to happen to our little country. It's crazy to think about. But let me get this plated up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so there it is. I put both biscuits in there. And this will probably be way too much for me to eat. I'll get full pretty quick. And then look, I still have a lot left over. So definitely enough for another meal. If not two, if I put it with rice, I may be able to pull 2 meals out of this. So for me, it's definitely something that would make several meals for me. And I just add a little variety to it. And there we go. And as far as, I don't really eat lunch. I had a turkey stick and a cheese stick that you can buy those turkey sticks. And that's what I had for lunch today. So by the time I get home, I'm pretty hungry. And this is what I'll eat. And later on tonight, I might have some coffee. And that'll be that. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Don't get too stressed out about this election. It is gonna, whatever happens is gonna happen. If you've already voted, then you've done your part, and there's not much else we can do. And but there is stuff we can do. We can be civil about the results and not do crazy things. So anyway, y'all be blessed and find joy, and I'll talk to you later.